One of the biggest valuable things that I've learned in being in this industry with working with seniors is understanding that the fact is that from the people who have a long list history of being with doctors and having a long list of pharmaceutical drugs that they have to take every day versus people who don't, the people that usually do not have a long list of pharmaceutical history is because of the fact they're very intentional about the foods that they eat and how active they are with their bodies. Now, with intent. Now, what I'm saying is not to bash anyone who had a freak accident, meaning you had a car accident, maybe you had a fail, or just, something just happened outside of your control, which likely chance is that this is not for the majority, but for the majority of people who I know who are really sick is because of the fact they are neglecting a lot of these things, which is just putting rich, dense, nutritional foods in their body. We're seeing a lot of our foods being manipulated on a grand scale where, have you been noticing just in ingredients, you're seeing bioengineered foods in our ingredients, in our food now, and just seeing artificial flavors, refined foods, sugars, artificial sweeteners, things like that we can't even pronounce on the ingredient label. And just the food chain has even been processed. We're seeing lab grown meat, things like that's being on the process in the works. So we don't know what we're eating most times, and because it's just what we eat for convenience, we're not realizing the big pay that we're paying for our lives as we get older in our golden years, just how codependent we are going to now be needing medications in order to stay healthy. Now, again, this is not to say that certain medications don't have its benefits, but I have yet to see any medication that has provided any long-term benefit where anything naturally that God has provided can't do the same thing. And I noticed that the clients who do not have any pharmaceutical history of dealing with any drugs that are man-made, they are usually very intentional about just the things that they eat on a daily basis and making sure that they eat things that are in its natural form. So I believe that having foods that are in what you put in your body is a form of self-respect. Okay, and even though you may not be feeling the effects now of eating the foods that you eat and you're just like, I just want to enjoy my life, rest assured as you get older, and I'm noticing this as people who get old, they're paying for it now. Okay, and this is not, again, to add insult to injury, but just to be a whistleblower for a lot of my millennials and people younger in my age group who are basically just living it up and realizing like, yo, you're gonna pay for it later. Best believe you're gonna definitely pay for it later. And so I just want you to understand, as an encouragement, be intentional. Take a brisk walk. Don't be a hermit and staying inside all day. Soak in the sun. Walk 10,000 steps. Okay, it's really not that hard. That's literally like 30 to 45 minutes of walking, intentional. And you can just do that just being active and just making sure that you ultimately are very intentional about the things that we're eating. Because again, our food supply has changed a lot just in our lifetime. And ultimately, we have to be more mindful as ever now than when we were younger to make sure that what we're eating will pay for it later in our older years. If you're feeling aches and pains, if you're getting sick where you're sick for longer than a week, then that is a response that your immunity system is weak because you are not richly indensed in putting the right things in your body on a consistent basis. All right. So I just wanted to give this food for thought. Hope this helps somebody. Again, it's not to bash anybody, but just something of encouragement because, it's real out here. It's really real out here. A lot of clients I talk to on medications, and, I don't think they really realize that if they just change their diet and just been more intentional about the things that they're eating and how active they are, they will have so much of a difference. Like the people that I talk to are 80, 90 years old and don't see a doctor ever because they don't have to. And I think it's just because of what we do on a consistent basis. All right, guys, I hope this video helped. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.